Alright guys, what's going on? We're back again with yet another update. And yeah, we haven't done one of these in a bit. I feel like this is quite an overdue one actually because a lot happened this week. I had a ton of appointments and these are definitely the crazy weeks that we have coming up, this past one and the next four, because radiation is for another 4 weeks and that is a lot more time consuming than chemo. Combine that with chemo, school, a bunch of other stuff that needs to happen between now and the end of treatment in my life, just other things. Definitely gonna be a stressful time of the year, to say the least. So I'm gonna get into all of that and more. I actually just got back from the gym about an hour ago, and I just needed to sit down and take a rest because I was cooked from the gym. One of the other trainers was analyzing my squat form, and he said that he's very unhappy with the way I'm squatting. But I told him, listen, bro, it's a miracle that I'm even at this gym right now. But anyhow, I definitely need to get stronger now until the end of the treatment, and especially when treatment is over, need to gain back all my strength again because I definitely lost some of it. But yeah, let's jump straight into it without further ado. So, the first thing I want to talk about is I had an eye exam on Tuesday. The eye guy is a cancer specialist, so he specializes in tumors around the eye, in the eye, behind the eye, all that stuff. And he gave me all sorts of vision tests. The weird thing is, I think you guys are really gonna like this one. In most of the tests, the eyes were exactly equal, 20/20 in both eyes, thank God. Still, but there's this one test where you put your eye onto like a little looking glass and look into this software where different dots pop up on the screen and you have to press a button whenever you see a dot. It actually came back better in the left eye, which is the affected eye, than the right, which I found to be pretty hilarious. I don't think it's actually indicative of anything. I think it's just because I did the right eye first and wasn't really paying as much attention, because I knew it was fine. And then with the bad eye, I still do think that my peripheral is messed up, but it doesn't show in tests, if that makes sense. Like, just because when I'm looking into the thing and red dots on the left side of the left eye appear bigger and more flashy than other dots, doesn't mean that that'll appear on the test. So it's kind of like double vision out of the corner of my eye. It's kind of strange, but it's kind of like just one of these weird things that I really don't care at all. And the fact that it's not showing up on tests is a good thing because it means it's not like functional damage. It's just kind of how it is. So that was one appointment, pretty quick and easy. As far as the hair goes, you can see definitely getting hairier on my head. The beard is completely back. I haven't had this long of a beard in probably, I guess it's not that long, but it seems long because I was clean shaven for so long. So yeah, definitely a lot of hair going on here. Starting to look like a UFC fighter instead of a cancer patient, which is always good. As far as the radiation treatments themselves, they've been pretty smooth sailing. They tie my knees together so I don't move my knees and end up moving my head somehow. And then they stick your head into like a mask, which straps you down to the bed. And one of the sessions I asked for the looser mask, but then I was just worried that I would move. So from then on, I just said tighten it as much as you need to. Because look, it's just a few minutes of discomfort to make sure the laser beams are going in the right spot. I really don't want them to go to my brain or anything stupid like that. So I need to make sure I'm staying perfectly still And yeah, I don't really see any difference between my eyes, but maybe there's a little bit of redness, like where boogers grow in your eye, like right in the corner of this eye. Maybe it's a little bit redder than the other eye, but honestly, nothing much. The oncologist said that they don't expect to see anything until maybe the end of this week into next week. Then it'll start getting a bit red. But overall, I don't think it'll be too bad at all. Not too worried about that. What else? So that's been every day. The times have been all over the place. So it's definitely a full-time job with this radiation every single weekday. Um, I also talk with my hematologist, I think it's called, like my main oncologist, about the neuropathy symptoms that I have been having. And he basically said that if he doesn't see my abilities being affected, he's not going to lower or omit any of the chemotherapy drugs that I'm set to be given. Which, I understand. But we kind of got into an argument. I said, if worst comes to worst, I am able to force you to lower the dose or omit it. And he was like, yeah, I mean, you're a grown man. That definitely pissed him off. But I just wanted to know for sure. The neuropathy was bad going into the last chemo in my fingertips. But after I started taking glutamine at the regular rate again, which is supposed to combat neuropathy, and started working out and stuff, it got a lot better. I think it was also because I was sick, laying in bed all day, not taking glutamine, barely moving at all, and then I had the chemo. Just even though I was sick, I still had it anyway. So that probably caused it. I'm really hoping that it doesn't pop back up, spread to my feet, or anything like that. That's the main thing that I'm looking out for right now. I have 6 more weeks of chemo, like once a week, for 6 more weeks, and 20 more days of radiation. So radiation ends on November 22nd, I believe, which should be a Friday. And then chemo ends December 5th. That's the last day of chemo. So we're really, really coming to a head now. Not much is left, but I feel like this probably will get very annoying very quickly. I'm already up to my eyeballs in this crap because of how much is going on. Also, don't forget, I got school, I got projects, I got final exams coming up at some point. And then I also have to pick my classes out for next semester. I have to register for classes. So that's another big thing coming up. And I've mapped it all out. There's 4 more weeks of chemo, 4 more weeks of radiation rather, so 4 more scheduling dense weeks. And this coming week is going to be kind of crazy because I want to be able to go out at school because it's Halloween or Halloween weekend. Halloween is this week, and I also am getting the chemo that day. My friend invited me to a party, so I have to see about all that, see if I can make it back to school and party it up. I really don't want to miss important parties because I haven't really up until this point, and I don't like to keep it that way ideally. So this week's going to be crazy. I also have a bunch of work to do. My classes right now work in this way where I feel like the last week of the month are always like a bunch of work, as well as the first couple of days of the next month. And then it's pretty chill for a while. It's like this weird cyclical series of work. So I definitely am going to have a busy week this week. Next week should be more chill, but then the week after that is going to be absolutely bonkers because I'm going to be going to that Tony Robbins event. I mentioned this a while back, so I need to register and go out to dinner on Wednesday, November 14th, and then the 15th, 16th, 17th, I'm expected to be there the entire day. So I believe that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. something like that. Maybe it starts the 13th then. 13th should be Wednesday, and then the 14th is Thursday, I guess. So I'm due to get chemo on Thursday. I'm due to have radiation all 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's gonna be an absolute mess. Gonna have to really have a lot of energy that week, which I don't know that I'll have because all this stuff will just ramp up. So that's definitely something I've been thinking about a lot. But it's an amazing opportunity, so I'm not gonna turn it down. I'll let you know how that all ends up going. So definitely those two things, the parties this week and more importantly the Robbins event on the 14th, are definitely scheduling concerns. But hopefully we can get it all sorted out. And then all my work that I have to do as well. So yeah, right now I'm okay. Not feeling the greatest for some reason these last few days. Kind of having a bit of a stomach ache, but that could just be something else. Even though I did get chemo on Thursday, but the vincristine usually doesn't cause me any stomach problems, so I don't really know. But nothing crazy has been going on. I mean, it's been all right. Not very chill. A lot of appointments. Everything crazy, but 4 more weeks of craziness. Oh, so I did want to mention this. So the last chemo was on the 5th. I'm due to get a shot of Neulasta on the 6th to boost my blood cells because that chemo is going to be a little more intensive than the rest of them. It's going to go back to that dactinomycin drug. I'm due for 6 more vincristines and 1 more dactinomycin, which is a tough one. But after that, treatment is done, and what's going to happen next is 2 weeks after that, around 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even 3 to 4. I'll have scans. I'll have scans of my eye and the orbital, and then we will be cleared. We'll get the port out around December 20th, and then we'll put this entire thing to bed forever. I can't wait any longer. I really need these couple months to hurry up and just put this whole charade in the rear view. It's a crazy, crazy amount of work. That's really the main thing, honestly. It's just so much work to do it all. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm doing well overall. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. More to come, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.